tall, you never saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
The Dukes of Hazzard, one of the most successful television shows of the 80s. The show ran for 7 seasons, 147 episodes, and 2 reunion shows a few years later. Its Friday night airtime helped kids and parents stay glued to the television screen for at least an hour.
Y'all set a spell, because I want to tell you a homespun story about homemade whiskey and some down-home folks just trying to earn a dishonest living.
The show was based on the 1975 film Moonrunners. That film was similar in tone to the Dukes of Hazzard in many ways, but was lacking the family-friendly atmosphere of the television show. The show followed the misadventures of the 2 Duke boy cousins, Bo and Luke, who lived on the farm with their wives helping Uncle Jesse and free-spirited Cousin Daisy in the fictional Hazzard County. One of the most popular characters on the show was not even a person, but a 1969 Dodge Charger they called the General Lee. The Duke boys ran illegal alcohol, moonshine, from county to county until they got arrested. Then Uncle Jesse made a deal with the U.S. government that they would not make moonshine anymore in return for Bo and Luke's freedom. Due to this arrest, the 2 cousins were given 5 years probation and not allowed to carry firearms. However, this didn't seem to stop them from carrying and using compound bows with dynamite arrow tips. The local law enforcement, who was mostly up to no good, was always trying to keep an eye on the Duke boys, who would often spoil their plans to cheat the taxpayers out of some money or whatever scheme they were running. County Commissioner J.D. Hogg, mostly known to the locals as Boss Hogg, his sidekick Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane was always there to help Boss Hogg and was often the one chasing down those Duke boys.
Them Duke boys, they'll be coming by here just any moment now. I can feel it in my bones.
His lovable, dim-witted deputy was more friendly to the Duke family, mostly thanks to his crush on Daisy Duke. But he is often forced to take part in the latest Boss Hogg scheme to get those Duke boys once and for all.
What's that red stuff on the side of your face?
I must have cut myself shaving, Sheriff.
Oh, you're shaving with lipstick now?
Oh, Daisy kissed me on the cheek as I was leaving, Sheriff.
Oh, is you? Daisy Duke?
Yes, sir.
You know where Daisy Duke is?
Rounding out the main cast was the local mechanic, Cooter Davenport, who was the owner of Cooter's Garage.
Hey, there are going to be some big changes in the Dukes of Hazzard this fall.
The show had very few changes over its 7-season run. However, Deputy Enos left the show in season 3 and 4 to star in his own spin-off series, Enos, that failed to last more than 1 season. The biggest change to the show came in season 5. Due to salary disputes and with creative differences, actors Tom Wopat and John Schneider, who played the 2 main Duke cousins, left the show and were replaced with look-alike cousins Corey and Vance. After 19 episodes, the salary dispute and the other issues were worked out. Both actors returned to their role. However, the damage was done, as CBS showed a sharp decline in viewers. One of the main reasons that fans didn't take to Corey and Vance were that they came off just as clones of the Duke boys. They were never seen as their own characters. In fact, the scripts used for their episodes had the name Bo and Luke crossed out and Corey and Vance written in. No dialogue was changed to help them be seen as different characters. The actors were even told to watch old episodes of the show to try to match what Bo and Luke were like.
And the Duke boys went somewhere, and we got 2 new Duke cousins. How about that? Here they are. Ain't they cute? Coy Duke, this is Byron Cherry. Vance Duke, this is Christopher Mayer.
By the end of the season, Bo and Duke returned from the NASCAR circuit, and Corey and Vance had to leave Hazzard County to take care of a sick relative, and they were never heard from or even talked about again.
See you later, Jeff. Sure enough. If you're not back, I'll start supper.
Yes, sir.
Well.
The show did gain back some of its viewers, but the damage had already been done. The show dropped from ending season 4 in 6th place to ending season 5 in 34th, dropping each year after that. To save money with the declining viewers, the producers decided to use miniatures of cars so they wouldn't have to pay for the stunt drivers needed for the real cars or the damage done. By season 7, CBS canceled the show, not giving them a final episode.
Remember when the show went off? Did you guys know in advance that it was going off?
Yeah, it was not clean. It ended in the middle of the season. We didn't know whether they were going to finish that season or not, and they didn't.
The show continued to be very successful in syndication. and even spawned 2 reunion shows on CBS and a big screen film based on the show with the new actors. The show even had a popular Saturday morning cartoon series in the early 80s. The only other main character on the show was never seen. That was character known as the Balleteer. This was a voiceover done by country music outlaw Waylon Jennings. His voice would often come in at the cliffhanger scene right before a commercial break. He would also provide the voice of the opening theme song. Waylon did appear on the show playing himself in the 7th season episode, Welcome, Waylon Jennings.
We had so many interesting people, you know, and especially when you're talking about, you know, Loretta Lynn, Cale Yarborough from NASCAR.
Over the 7 years, the show would often bring in famous guests. Most of them would be stopped in a speed trap set up by Boss Hogg as a way to get country music stars to sing at his bar, the Boar's Nest. Over the season, other celebrities would stop by Hazzard County to help out the Dukes. Mostly country music related, but other musicians and actors would stop by. A slew of merchandise was released for the show, and the most popular of that merchandise was Migos action figure line. The company released 2 different series of figures. The less popular, the 8-inch line, made up 4 figures: Bo Duke, Daisy Duke, Boss Hogg, and Luke Duke. By far the most popular of the 2 lines was the small action figure line. These figures, made smaller with more movable joints, allow the figures to ride in cars and have more play value than the doll-sized figures. Those figures were Bo Duke, Boss Hogg, Cletus, the sidekick deputy that took Enos's place in the series, Crazy Cooter, Daisy Duke, Luke Duke, Roscoe P. Coltrane, and Uncle Jesse. A General Lee was released. It came with 2 figures, Bo and Luke, and another one did get released with no figures. A police car with the figure of Roscoe P. Coltrane was also released. Daisy Duke's Jeep came with the Daisy figure, and the rarest of all of the cars is the Boss Hogg Caddy with Boss Hogg figure. An action figure playset of Cooter's Garage was planned, but never made it to market. The figures are still popular today, and you can find them loose for under $100 depending on condition. The cars in their box can run in the $500 range. With the Boss Hogg Caddy being the hardest to find, it will cost you closer to the $1,000 range in box. Well, that's a look at the television show and action figure line from the Dukes of Hazzard. In the comments below, let me know what you thought about this action figure line and the TV show. And as always, please subscribe to the channel, thumb up so you like my content, and we'll talk again soon.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.